ladies and gentlemen, one of the most unexpected fallouts of the Jantar Mantar protest has been the government's changing political vocabulary. Led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the tone and tenor of the outreach has visibly shifted. Selfie videos, Instagram posts, even Gen Z slang. Think about it. How often have you heard words like Delulu, clock it, FOMO, MIA echo through the halls of parliament? The language of reels has made its way into the language of legislation. The strategy was working. The Prime Minister's youth outreach drew massive engagement online, reinforcing the image of a government that was trying to listen and speak and engage the language of young India. And then came Kangana Ranaut. BJP MP called Gen Z Gen Gutter, branded young Indians ugly, entitled freeloaders, living off their parents. She described viral videos from protests as puke-inducing. The backlash was swift. Kangana has been given a reality check by someone from her own ilk. The question is, has one remark undercut days of carefully crafted youth outreach? And is Kangana's derision deserved or just her Delulu?
ये किस तरह के स्टूडेंट हैं और किस तरह की अश्लील बातें हैं, किस एंगल से ये लोग स्टूडेंट लगते हैं, ये इनके खुद की तो हैसियत नहीं है अफोर्ड करने की। और हमें ये अब ट्रोल करे चाहे कुछ भी करे, 16 ईयर ओल्ड से जो है हम अपना करियर बना रहे हैं, माता पिता पर कभी बोझ बनकर नहीं रहे।
अगर ऐसा कहा है तो बहुत मुझे लगता है कि शर्मनाक बात है, ऐसे नहीं कहना चाहिए। और ऐसे नहीं बोलते कि तोल मोल के बोल, बड़ा ज़रूरी है कि आप सोच समझ के बोलें, क्योंकि जो जनता है वो ही ईश्वर का दूसरा रूप है।
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate with Anand Ranganathan is Kushal Mehra, author and podcaster, Vivek Srivastava, political analyst. But my first question goes to Riya Ahire, who's a model and who was prominently seen in the Gen Z protests in Mumbai. And Riya, I do understand the angst of Gen Z, the students who were upset with the government. We all as a nation understood where this was coming from. But when you talk about having no repercussions for breaking the law, when you talk about, everybody being let off scot-free, do you think the Constitution should be suspended?
Firstly, thank you so much for having me here with such an esteemed panel. And second, I'm so sorry to correct this on national television, but my name is wrong. It's R-H-I-Y-A Riya, and my last name is Ahir.
Ahir, okay.
Yes, ma'am. To come back to your question.
Correct the spelling.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm so sorry to call this out. But to start with, abuse is wrong. Abuse of any kind, we do not accept it. And this is what we stood for in the protests to start with. And second of all, it's so sad that these are representatives. It's so sad to see that this is a kind of representation that we have in the parliament. Now, if this is not unparliamentary language, then what is?
Absolutely.
To call an entire generation of people.
Nobody can endorse what Madam Ranaut has said. You know, I have a Gen Z son, so I know I don't think they are Gen Gutter. I mean, their worldview is different from ours, but being different doesn't mean they come from the gutter. Certainly objectionable. Having said that, I want to ask you, the placards that were seen in Jantar Mantar, they were abusive too. Yeah. One wrong does not justify the other wrong. I'm just saying that has anybody expressed any kind of apology for the kind of words that were used in general, specifically aimed at the Prime Minister?
Ma'am, have you seen that it's wrong what they've done, and they should be called out publicly, and they should apologize on behalf of their behavior and what they've done. But have you seen that video where there was a reporter in Mumbai and he was bullied by, Gen Zs and young people at the protest in a circle? Have you seen that video, ma'am?
Yes, we've all seen.
As anyone on the panel has?
Many videos. Yes. Our reporters have gone through the same here in Delhi.
Yeah, so it was wrong, and I myself on Instagram made a reel to call them out, whoever did this, and we also said that this is a peaceful protest, peaceful in every right of it, that is physical and verbal. And I personally called the reporter the very second I heard about it, and I apologized to him on behalf of everyone who did this.
Okay.
And second,
Ria, you did it. What about the others? What about the others?
I'm coming to it. The very in the coming days, all those youngsters who were there calling him losers and names, they themselves went there and apologized to him. They corrected their mistakes, ma'am. Do you know this?
To one reporter, yes. What about the other placards? Kushal Mehra? Kushal Mehra, was everybody as, conscious to do this as probably Ria was? Or do you think in the name of protest, a lot happened? And I must condemn the statement made by Kangana Ranaut. There are no two ways about it. But does that justify the placards that one saw in Jantar Mantar, calling everybody all kinds of names?
Good evening, Navika. Good evening to everyone else. I think we're confusing illegality with immorality, and that often happens in India. We confuse what could be immoral with what could be illegal. Immorality is way more subjective, and it changes the line, as they say, the line keeps changing from generation to generation. I'm neither endorsing what those kids did at Jantar Mantar, nor am I endorsing what Kangana did. But I just don't understand what's the big deal. Kangana said what she had to say. The kids said what they had to say. Let everybody be happy ever after. The kids who felt like apologizing will apologize. Kangana, if she regrets it, she will say she regrets it. My whole thing is it's not a big deal. We live in the age of the internet. We're all adults. Who cares? Let 1,000 abusers bloom, and then everybody will judge them because we are all recording our stupidity these days anyway.
Well, yeah, it's become so commonplace. But yes, Vivek Srivastav, forget the immoral. Let's talk about the illegal. Breaking the law, the new fad that you want everybody to okay?
No, it's all right. What happened. It was an agitation. It was a protest. And rule books were broken by the Delhi police. And the Honorable Home Minister is responsible. He has to suspend the police commissioner, do something. मैं बच्चों के साथ खड़ा हूँ, गालियाँ दी तो दी. Kids who are in school, kids who are in college, it's a commonplace language for them. They express their emotions.
गालियाँ दी तो दी, पुलिस वालों को मारा तो मारा. Women were groped to groped. It doesn't matter because you are standing with those who were actually, some of them, and I'm not saying all, but some of them did that. There are, social media posts on women, who were groped in that crowd.
All I say.
Are you saying that's kosher?
No, all I'm saying is let's not do moral policing for female child.
This is not moral, sir. This is illegal. You can't grope a woman even if you're protesting. You can't beat up a policeman even if you're protesting. You can't beat up another person even if you're protesting. This is not about immorality. This is about illegality. The rule of law.
No. I think the statement is you should speak this to the Commissioner of Police of Delhi, who broke every rule possible. Every rule possible. पुलिस रूल बुक फॉलो नहीं कर रही है जो रूल बुक होती है, और बच्चे जिनके पास रूल बुक नहीं, वो बच्चे हैं, उनको हम मॉरल पुलिसिंग सिखा रहे हैं. ये लड़कियां हैं, संस्कृति खराब हो जाएगी. अरे 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 इनकी भाषा बड़ी खराब है. अरे ये तो सिगरेट पी रही थी वहां बैठ करके. अरे हो सकता है ये बियर भी पीती हो. मॉरल पुलिसिंग करिए साहब आप.
Well,
a young girl cannot do what a young boy can do.
If a woman is groped or a policeman is beaten, where does moral policing come in here, Anand Ranganathan? And I'm saying, if innocents were beaten up by the police, absolutely wrong, and there must be a protest on that as well. But if you start beating up policemen and pushing around women, groping women, that should also be okay because हम बच्चों के साथ खड़े हैं, बच्चे हैं, गलती हो जाती है.
You know, it is profoundly ironical that you have my good friend Vivek, whose party publicly hailed the Tiananmen Square massacre, the only political party to hail a massacre where 10,050 people, innocent Chinese, were killed, rolled over, crushed by tanks. And CPI is the one CPIM that hailed it, according to Shashi Tharoor, corroborated. और ये आज बात कर रहे हैं. बट मेरी इनसे बात नहीं, क्योंकि ये तो डायनासोर है मेरी तरह. मैं जेनजी से बात करना चाहता हूं, रिया जी से बात करना चाहता हूं. रिया जी, डू वी लिव in a democracy or do we live like a country like China?
Sir, I truly believe that Gen Z ने जो ये protest किया है, they have made it very clear.
It's a simple question.
They have restored our faith in democracy, sir.
Right. So it's a simple question. If there is an illegal protest for which there is no permission granted and the police has detained people and is trying to take them away from the riot-like situation, would you be violating the law if you were to stop that police van from doing its job? Yes and no. Do you believe in the rule of law?
Job to detain students? I asked
It was
for
an
a memo
illegal
very
protest.
politely.
It
Sir,
was an illegal protest. Do you understand? If I want tomorrow to go and protest outside the parliament without permission, I would be breaking Indian law. I hope you understand that, Riyaji.
Yes, sir. I totally understand what you're saying.
So it was an illegal
can
protest.
Can I speak now if you're asking me?
Do you accept
if you're asking
that it was
me,
an illegal protest?
So Riya, the point he's making is inside Jantar Mantar, you were within your rights to protest. When you march to the parliament, you're breaking a law. Do students realize the difference?
Sir, onwards, there was a statewide ban and prohibition of gathering. I wasn't outside. And on the 22nd, when this happened, I politely asked the policeman, do you have a memo? I don't know if you've seen the entire video. Do you have a memo? Because you're confiscating their phones. You're holding minors. I was poking to a test.
Were you in the middle of an illegal protest?
Sir,
it's a simple question.
Finish, sir.
No, it's a simple question. Please answer yes or no, Riyaji.
No, sir.
There is life outside
question.
Instagram.
No, sir.
There is life outside.
This is what we were out.
Anand Ranganathan, allow her to speak. Allow her to speak.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Sir, I respect you a lot, and when I speak, I request you to not interrupt me if you're asking me a question, sir. Thank you so much. So if you're asking me that if we were, outside of the laws, where do we go? That's my question to you.
Break the law.
So who broke the law? I have posted the picture. I have happily accepted the FIR on my name. I am smiling because I was okay with it. I was okay with the repercussions of my actions. See on my Instagram, they have given me an FIR. On 24th, the government said, we are going to, revoke all the FIRs. They promised us. But they went back on their own word, and on the 27th, when sir, please let me speak, I understand. They came to the police station where I was sitting for a cyber crime, sir. There is abuse against me. When the whole nation can use my picture to say, oh my God, what a brave woman, she's standing for the people. Why can't these politicians stand with me when I'm dealing with the mass abuse?
Kushal Mehra, please respond. 30 seconds, please respond.
I mean, she's asking the question to the politicians. I mean, in fact, even on my own podcast, I praised her like she's a smart cookie, this one. So she used the opportunity very well, and I wish her well. Nothing but happiness in life. But eventually, she's going to grow up like all of us grew up from our youth into adulthood. And then, when the rubber meets the road, she'll realize that we still live in a country that has a less than 3,000 per capita, that has a law and order problem, and that has many other problems. I mean, let them go through the journty. I wish her all the best in life.
Absolutely. At the moment, probably these kids are looking at life from a very narrow lens at this entire life through the protest that they've participated in. Riya, all I will say at this point is life is much larger. There is a bigger picture, and life always doesn't come with assurances. There are laws of the land that need to be followed, and that is non-negotiable. It doesn't go according to my likes and dislikes. which is why we are not a banana republic. Do we want to become one? Well, I don't know what Gen Z wants, but so far as the boomers and the millennials are concerned, we don't want that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on the News Hour tonight. Good night, be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with the News Hour at 9.